Hey guys, Doughboy back here with another Destiny 1 story playthrough. We're on to the House of Wolves, finally. I want to say finally. This series is fun to do. Record every mission. So, no, I'm not going to say finally, but we're almost there. Closer I get done to the series, closer Destiny 2 will be here, so can't wait for that. But we were on a Kell Rising, which was the first story mission in the House of Wolves. We'll follow that up with a Silent Fang, and there's only 3 exotics that came out in House of Wolves. Obviously there was more that we could play with, but there's only 3 that actually came out. They're all Fallen themed weapons. They're all pretty cool weapons. All actually weapons that the Fallen use against us in the lore. But you'll see, yeah, you'll see Dregs will shoot Dregs Promise at you. Captains will shoot loader wolves. Mainly, obviously, weapons switch around. People Fallen. You'll see different people using different things. But then Vandals usually use a Queenbreaker's bow, which is that arc sniper rifle, kind of like a hobgoblin. But today we're gonna start with the worst one of them all, naturally. That would be the Dregs Promise. It's the sidearm. The sidearms got introduced in House of Wolves. It was a new weapon type. There's only 2 of them. It was Dregs Promise, and I think it was called Vestian Dynasty. You got it from completing the campaign, which I might get through at the end of this playthrough. Both of them were bad because they weren't hit scan weapons. They were projectile weapons, so the projectiles or your bullets actually took time to fly to target. So in a game where aim assist helps you and all that and brings you on target, if someone's moving quick, you're not going to hit your shots because they're not, you're going to shoot, but it's by the time they land on target has moved. So I guess it's more realistic to a real bullet, but it's not a hit scan weapon. Hit scan is basically every other weapon except for I think rocket launchers. Don't quote me on that. Fusion rifles might be different too, but I think fusion rifles aren't projectiles. Either way. So every other weapon works by when you pull the trigger. So when you pull the trigger, if you're over the target, it counts as it counts that. Or with hand cannons, it might do some bloom kind of thing if you fire it quick. Anyways, but wherever your cursor is at that second, wherever your reticle is, excuse me, that's where the bullet lands. So it instantly goes basically. Where with these, it took time. So they were just a little bit wonky, not the best to use. Compared to now, where if you play Destiny 1 Crucible, sidearms are everywhere. So without further ado, let's get this started. Again, trying to keep these videos around 20 minutes, so they don't run too long. So let's listen to.
Guardian, I can't wait to work with you. Been a long time since I was in the field, even if it's just on the comms. The wolves are led by Skolos, the last of their Kells. He wants control of another fallen house, the House of Winter. He'll kill their leaders and take command of their troops. With your help, we'll stop him cold. Your ghost is feeding me telemetry. I see what he sees. Why not take one of those heavy pikes for a spin? Those heavy pikes come standard with mines. Not sure how to deploy them, though.
Okay, so we got a little conversation with Petrovenge. She was she's not the queen. The queen, obviously, the reef is something else. She's like, almost like a vanguard to the reef, basically. So she has power. She's, experienced in the field, but she's not the queen. But that mine she was talking about come out when you strafe. They pop out. So without further ado, let's move on here. These were new in House of Wolves. These were new vehicles. Or a more heavy target, where normal pikes shoot kind of like a little dinky, almost like a, LMG type thing. This is more like a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher. Shoots quick at first and then slower.
Control of the House of Winter's artillery. Take it out before they dig in.
So we need to take out this Walker tank quick. If you can't tell already, there's a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more story now as we're getting into the House of Wolves. And you'll see the missions get more involved as we go on, especially out to Taken King. Because it's more of a story, and not just, hey, go kill these guys. As you saw, I did use the Drake's Promise there. I don't know why I did. It doesn't do that much damage. Again, I haven't died yet in this playthrough. So... hopefully I don't hear. Dregs everywhere. This will help. Let's get back in our bubble. Avoid that. Okay, shot one. Can't hit a crit from here. There's more Trick Promise ammo. I'll wait and actually kill weak guys with that. Get back my bubble, please. Okay. He's almost dead. We just need a new angle on this guy. This does work well, though, as a sidearm. Arc damage, so I'll took off that Captain Shield in one hit. Very cool aesthetically. The back opens up, breaks in half. It's just... it could have been better. Like the Trespasser was. We'll see that later on in Rise of Iron. Seconds. That hurt. This guy's taken. Of course, I don't have a sniper on, so he'd probably already be dead. There we go. Just fish him off here, hopefully. Again, love this fishing accomplice. Fully auto. Oh, I can't finish him off. I might die. No. Okay, try to move this on. Of course, these missions do get harder as we go because we're not as high of light. Like the early missions were like level 10 missions, where these... I'm not sure what level it says they started. We're still over leveled for it, so we should have no issue. But you'll see as we end up taking King. They're a little bit more challenging. Because one, they're designed, and two, just because of level. There we go. That took longer than it should have. Let's grab our own Sparrow now. It looks cooler, all green.
Last week I was delivering court messages. Today we're delivering explosions. I love field work. Get after them, Guardian. The House of Winter and Devils and Kings, they hate Skolas. They think he betrayed the Fallen at the Twilight Gap.
So Skolas is... well, not really the... oh, that was always a bubble, because this guy died. Skolas is not really the raid boss. So Prisoner and Elders was...
strange. They should be fighting. If the House of Winter already kneels to Skolas...
looks like they do. Can I go backwards? No.
Varix, get on the comms. What did he say?
That's right, we chased him through here. Okay.
Yes, yes. In your tongue, he said. The wolves stand strong, cower before the Kell of Kells.
Kell of Kells? Did he give himself a promotion?
A fallen legend. He sees himself as a prophet, perhaps. Or he has gone quite mad.
So again, Prism Elders was basically endgame content that we got instead of a raid. It was kind of their first attempt at a wave-based mode. You know, like your typical zombies mode, your survival mode. It was an attempt at that. I think it did a pretty good job at it, but it got too boring. It was the same. Or, you know, like a zombies mode in Call of Duty. You can, you know, there's different strategies to go. I mean, it's the same map, same, you know, same everything. But in that, you'll get different weapons based on luck. You'll get different perks. You'll do different strategies depending on your team. There's more variety. This was the same thing every time, basically. Let's use the Drake's Promise again. In that section I just came through with all the shanks, Those are new to House of Wolves. They introduced you to some new types of shanks. These guys are all up in my space. New types of shanks that we'll see later on throughout the Exploder shanks especially. We'll see those later on through even Rise of Iron. Because those are deadly. They'll sneak up on you. I think they should make an alarm clock with, because you'll see they make like a beeping sound. But it's pretty quiet until it gets up on you.
We're getting close. That cryo trace is getting stronger.
So if you're kind of not paying attention, you know, it blindsides you. You hear the beeping, and by the time you hear the beeping loudly, it'll be too late.
That's the Kell. Take him down, Guardian.
Let's use this for the rest of the time. Oh. I think he's on the ship.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
That skiff has already broken orbit. No problem, Guardian. We'll get him. There's still plenty of wolves in there. Best clear them out.
Let's clear these guys out. That's right, and that's the other thing they introduced you to right here is these cannons. These scorch cannons,
Impressive weaponry. Varix, what is that thing?
Scorch cannon. Powerful and very rare indeed.
so basically, cannon drops on the ground. You fire it, then you can hold it to do more damage. A slightly different version of these came in Rise of Iron in the raid, and they were actually part of the raid. This was like the last two encounters. You had to use these to kill servitors, which dropped basically dropped these chargers or these balls. They had to throw at the boss to do damage, to take down his shield, which in turn you can do damage after that. So they were introduced all the way back here in Rise of Iron. Pretty fun weapons. They did play a part in Prism Elders. They did drop occasion, but I mean, not really useful. And you'll see them pop up in some strikes later on. Is that it? Or we gotta keep going? We gotta keep going. Or just here. Up, these guys. So see that sound they make? Must have changed. Oh, I might die here for the first time. And you see, he's got a Lord of Wolves, basically. The captains do, that orange glowing weapon. I do have some machine gunning. I'll use that instead. And the other thing is, the missions got a bit longer, too. It's no longer just you just can run by a lot of the encounters. We actually had to do things like kill a spider tank, kill a boss. Later on, there'll be a couple puzzles you gotta do. Carry around what was it? It's Taken Cake. You gotta carry around some balls. Relic husk? Something, I don't know. Something Hive. It's in the lore. 2 husks. That's what they were. Which, I don't know what they are according to the lore. You got these guys, repeater shanks. Those guys are deadly. Yeah, before House of Wolves, shanks were kind of something you laugh at. And now, they're deadly. They can explode in your face. These guys shoot a lot quicker. Especially if, I think they do arc burn, so you get arc burn and nightfall. They will fuck your day up if you don't know where one is. Another captain with the scorch cannon. So let's use that a little bit. So again, you can charge it. I can charge for longer, but there was no need to there. It's all a timing thing. Bubbles, sorry. Bubbles are making it difficult. I can charge it for click twice. No, 3 times. So that's at 7,000 damage. That's it.
Strange. For a moment, I detected Vex energy all around the site. As for you, that was great work. Nice to meet a Guardian that exceeds my expectations. Come back to the reef. Winter now bows to Skolos, and the wolves have just gotten started.
So that was it for Kell Rising. Do one more in this video quick. 15 minutes in. Hopefully I can run through the other one quick. I do want to try to stick to 2 a video. Because if I do one to each video, I'm trying to post a video a day, and I'll go past Destiny 2. So I want to stick to a video. It might get tougher as we get to Taken King though. So I gotta see. Let me run to the second one quick. And I believe I was using Lord of Wolves. So this is a shotgun, but it's a shotgun like mixed with this pulse rifle or maybe even fusion rifle. You don't have to charge it. I'm going to tower. That's force of habit right there. So this is a Silent Fang. Let me find it. It's not gonna have a Taken King. There we go. The Silent Fang. Let me restart that. So see, this is level 18, so still pretty low level, but getting a little tougher. If I would die, it would show me their level.
Before I earned my post as the Queen's emissary, I served her in the Reef Wars. The Silent Fang are assassins, killers, real charmers. During the war, they went after our commanders. They'll do the same to the House of Devils. Varix and I know all their tricks, though. We'll get them.
So I won't show off the Lord of Wolves as much, because you'll see this twice through 2 missions. I mean,
We
switch to
think
it
they're
yet.
gathering at the Cosmodrome gates. Best we find them before they do what they do best. Watch your back.
And this was the first mission. This was a cool mission when it first came out, because this is the first time you actually got to play outside the wall where you originally spawned in at the beginning of Destiny. Now let's get in the wall. I have an ornament on this thing. It makes it look pretty cool though, but that's not the original. It's all Siva-fied from Rise of Iron. You'll learn about Siva later. In the Rise of
In the
Iron.
war, I led an attack on the Fang during the Cybele Uprising. We managed to kill or capture most of them. Only reason we won, I think.
That ornament did look pretty cool. I might run it. Might run it in the next one since I already ran it without it. But again, it's a shotgun, but it fires five bullets in like a burst. But they do a lot of damage. A little bit overkill for these guys. But you get 6 rounds in the mag. So pretty good gun, and a gun I kind of forget about how effective it is. Decent in PvP, but there is a little bit of recoil. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a fusion rifle. Because it, yeah, that was pretty flat. That was less recoil than I thought it would be. But it's kind of random each time, so you can't really aim for it. But a really fun gun to use. And again, in the lore, what the captains use against us. Can I crouch under these? Can. So as you see, if you notice already, we're coming back through that original area. Which, when the House of Wolves first came out, this was the first time we actually got to go, unless we glitched into the area. You could glitch in the area. This was the first time you got to go back to that original zone. You will later, and I think maybe not Taken King. Definitely Rise of Iron. You'll go through it twice. One for exotic.
Varix, why have the Devils deployed so many traps?
Devils can detect comm signals as well as we can. They know the wolves have their scent.
You can tell already. There's more commentary in general. So Varix, that other guy with the weird crackly voice, he is a Cryptarch on the Reef. So he's the guy on the Reef, which is the new social space that came with, not Rise of Iron. I think nice. The new social space that came with House of Wolves. He's a Cryptarch on the Reef. So if you haven't already noticed these things, they'll pop up when you get close to them. And you gotta shoot it, or else it doesn't kill you, but it'll pop this containment field that slows you down. So I'll let that happen to me now. It hurts you, I think, a little bit. Yeah, just, more than a little bit. But see, you're slowed. So you can't run. You just have to go slowly. So, can you melee? You can't melee. Oh, you could. Maybe you have to. There's no aim assist on, so I think you have to get it directly if you get lucky. But they're just more annoying than anything. Let's lay it down.
The Fang probably helped Skolos escape. But rumor has it the Queen gave him to the Nine. How did the Fang get Skolos past them? We're detecting... Yes. Wolf comms just beyond the wall. That has to be the Fang. Eyes up, Guardian.
So you can tell already, we're back in that original area. No big ship there. There will be a big ship in Rise of Iron. And it's got Deathless. Nice. So see, this thing's just ripping them off. This is really fun to use. A lot of ammo for it, too. So he actually has on... There we go. The Vandal I just punched. They have on Queenbreaker's bow. Just disappeared there on the ground. We'll have that on our next mission. Yeah, this is really fun. This weapon in general. Good shield here. Almost done here. Really fun weapon. Again, House of Wolves kind of late. A little bit rushed because it did come with a raid, but it didn't come with Prison Elders.
That was Commander of the Fang. He just called you a... well, it was an insult.
So you see the commentary there. Not your typical humor, but imply that he calls you an ass or a bastard or something. He calls you a name. But you just didn't get that from the original missions. It's fun stuff like that. You'll see later. In Taken King, they really step up the notch. And I think it's going to even be more epic in Destiny 2. Just the banter between the vanguards and different NPCs is going to be awesome. Let's use... I got no more special. Let's use... Touch these guys off. It's invisible. He's got some health to it, too. Just a little roar. Okay. That was it.
Nice work. You denied Skolos the House of Devils. But there's another fallen house on Earth. I'd be willing to bet he's going after the Kings next.
Okay. I think they're done talking. Thanks for watching. Catch me next time. I'm trying to finish this series before Destiny 2. We'll move on to strikes after this, and do have some special exotic missions, some pretty cool ones, some sentimental ones. I already recorded those. Those will be coming out after Rise of Iron, because that's when they actually came out. That's when we can play them for the first time. And I do have an exotic. I still have to do this. Exotic, it's how you got Black Spindle in the first place. Either have to find that gameplay or just go through the strike again. Pretty tough to do solo, but I can at least, maybe if I don't do it, I can at least show it. But this feels running long, so catch my streams. I do them Sunday through Thursday, midnight until about 2:30. Depends how late I want to stay up. But I do start earlier on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Those are my main days. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll typically do a midday stream. So catch me there. Join my Discord. It's Doughboy2448, and hit me up on Twitter at Doughboy2448. So everything for me is Doughboy2448, cause pizza. So catch me next time, guys. See ya.